Hey guys, how you doing? It's your girl Nick Elijah back on your screen. Hola, hola. How you doing, my family members? Thank you all for your support during my last video. I really appreciate. If this is your first time of seeing my face, hola, hola, you're in the right place. Yeah, my hair is giving. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. And if this to my OGs, my family members, my unicorns, thank you all for your support. I really appreciate you all. So on today's video, I will be sharing my own interview experience. It's story time, okay? It's story time. Sit back, get your popcorn, get your pen. You're going to learn one or two. In this video, is going to be a little bit dynamic. So I'm going to be sharing with you all how I prepared and everything, even the questions I was asked, every event that happened that day. So I want you to guys, if this is what you want to listen to, so sit back, relax, and hear the wonders of God. Welcome back. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive into the video. So my visa, after the whole process, getting my admission and everything, my visa interview, our visa interview was scheduled for the 11th of January 2023. I'm sorry, I want to say 1992. Okay, so 2023, right? So which was a day after my birthday. My birthday was on the 10th of January. So it was a day after my birthday. So, you know, we prepared and everything. We got the paperwork ready in our mind. And I came up with the idea. I told my husband, see, this period that we want to prepare for the interview, our interview is for the 11th. From the 1st of January, I want us to fast till that 11th. My husband bought the idea and we agreed. On the 1st of January, New Year, now don't cook New Year rice finish. So we're like, okay, let's not, tempt ourselves. Let's just start the fasting on the 2nd. And we were like, fine. So we now had to start the fasting on the 2nd. We prepared spiritually. So I want to tell every one of us, see, life is more spiritual than physical. The spiritual controls the physical. So whatever you're doing in life, if you don't prepare spiritually, if you're not spiritually sound, see, a lot of forces are fighting human beings. If you're not someone that is sensitive in the spirit, you will be busy preparing your documents, reading, watching videos. I watch video attire. But at the end of the day, it's not just about preparing physically, spiritually. Have you spoken to your God? Have you told God the order of the day? Have you told him how you want that day to play out? Because trust me, devil know they like success. For children of God, he doesn't like it. So we were like, let us hold down the spiritual aspect first. And now say, God, we are moving with you. Then every other thing that will happen, I know it will fall in place. And we know that, oh, if this does not work, that means God does not want us to move from Qatar. That was how we planned it. So we embarked on that fasting. We fasted for that from the 2nd up until the 11th. And NSPPD, see, don't joke with that platform. I'm going to say it over and over again. Don't joke with that platform. From that 2nd, every day, Pastor Jerry was talking about your visa, this one, the protocol will be broken on your behalf. I've not even shared my testimony on that platform. God forgive me. I will share my testimony. So I was prepared spiritually, but also I was watching YouTube videos, researching, finding out questions and everything that they are going to ask us, and preparing our papers. So now, a night before our interview, which was on the 11th, the night which is on the 10th, which was on the 10th of January, my birthday, we've already prepared everything, and we said, let us go and print one paper, or what is that? I've forgotten what we went to buy. We said, let's go to the mall and buy something. Was it even 9 pence I wanted to go and buy that evening? It was around 8 and it was winter. We said, let's just go and buy 9 pence or whatever in one mall. So we already went to the mall and we printed the last set of our papers. So we now said, okay, let's go and buy something. Our car, we're using a BMW X6. This is a very systematic car. if anything, any small thing is happening to that car, it's going to display on the dashboard, telling you that, oh, you need to check this one, you need to check that one, it is overheating. So the car was in perfect place, like there was nothing wrong with the car. We drove to the place, and when we got to the place I wanted to go and pick up my iPens, we're about to go. So I told my husband, my iPens don't finish, oh, because I need to look pink and go for the interview. I said, my iPens don't finish, oh, let me quickly go into one mall and get my iPens. My husband said, okay, fine. He dropped, because looking for a parking space, he just stopped me, just slow down. I went off to run into the place to get the iPens and come outside and meet him. By the time I'm done, within that few seconds, I've just entered inside, and I came out to enter the car, only for me to see people rounding our car. What happened? Say the hose broke. The thing was overheating in winter. BMW X6 was overheating. The hose can't break. Oil pour everywhere, like out of the blue. I was just standing up, like, and we have interview the next morning. Hey God, I was like, the devil, you a liar, you a bastard, like you have failed. We had to call a towing van to come and tow our car that night. In fact, we entered the towing van too. They tow all of us, and they carried the car to the house, then parked it there. My husband said, just park this car first, make we just go inside, let's go and relax. We go home, we showered, I ate, and we now slept. We prayed and we slept off. The next morning, we prepared for our interview. I was looking so pink. In fact, as it's no green snap picture, because I was looking good that day. I was looking good, I know. So I dressed up with my whole blazers, my husband wearing his own blazers. We're looking like, Americanas already, because that was the whole idea. That brings me to also your dress sense. If you're going to interview, your visa interview, and you're dressing like you're a hungry person, they know this one wants to run. They will not give you visa. Especially if you're going for skills, they will not believe you went there to study. So if you're going, just don't overdress, but don't look hungry, don't look shabby. Like, dress to impress kind of things, like, So I finished my whole dressing up. We left very early. Our interview was supposed to be for 10. I think we left around past 7. So before we got there, the whole queue, before we got to our turn, it was already around 9:30, 9 o'clock or so. So then it got to our turn, and we submitted our DS-160. Remember, I told you about DS-160 in my previous video. We submitted the documents. These are the documents you're going to give to them before you go into the consular. So they're going to use it to admit you in. Then you now go through all the security checks. I submitted it. Lo and behold, it was just my own. And then I asked me, are you the only one going for the interview? I said, no, me and my husband. He said, where is this DS-160? I said, yeah. Is he supposed to fill? He said, yes, he's supposed to fill that form and also print his own out, because it's both of you that is going. Hi. And that form took, in fact, it takes 1 hour to fill, because they will ask you. It's just like security, like, oh God, USCIS will ask you, as Homeland Security will ask you questions. That form is so long. It takes, if you're so fast, it takes you at least 45 minutes. Remember, my interview is for 10 a.m. in the morning, and it was already around past 9. Now, this lady told us that if we can go home, fill the form, come back before 12, then we can do the interview. First of all, we don't have car now. Our car was already spoiled, so we need to book Uber. Before we book Uber finish, Uber can't come. We'll now enter Uber Go house, then set up our laptop, start filling the form. Now we don't have printer in the house. Now we finish filling that form, we will now have to go and print the form, and everything is Uber. And when you book Uber, you have to wait now. So imagine the time that we used to go home, fill this form for like 1 hour plus. Now send it, take it, and go and find somewhere to print it, then enter Uber and still start going back to the embassy. How does that even work? I was like, God, I said, God, after all this fasting, we fast. God, don't let devil use us to poppy now. So what happened is that, okay, fine. We booked Uber 2 times. Before the Uber came, we now went home and started filling the form. All of a sudden, our laptop jammed. After we don't fill the form. When it was about to, let us now print it, like after filling the form, like let us like submit it for them to send us a confirmation document, which is that thing, the sources that we're going to use that has our name and everything. Our laptop jammed. Laptop I've been using, I'm a teacher, I use that laptop morning and night. Laptop jam, like the laptop was jammed. The laptop jammed in such a way that it was now doing beep beep. Laptop, it was hot, it was doing beep beep beep. Hey, at that point I don't start to cry already now. And see, it's in jam, and it took like almost 30 minutes before that laptop was resuscitated. Now it was already 12 o'clock now. We were still dragging with laptop. I already started crying. It's good to buy good makeup, sha. I already started crying. All the makeup, all the paparazzi, all the whole shaggy with my long bone straight. Why I don't wear my bone straight to go and the press. I started crying. I said, what is this? God, why would you let the devil do this to us? After all this prayer that we prayed, after all the declaration Pastor Jerry declared, even that morning, that 11th of January, the prayer I joined, he was still talking about your immigration status, your this, your that. It was just pray. It was more like God, they put words for that. See, NSPPD, don't sleep on that platform. Don't sleep on that platform, because if they play it, they show. No jokes. Don't sleep on NSPP platform. God is doing wonder. Like, I'm like, God, this no fit happen now. Like, how? I started crying. Thank God for my husband, because I was like, it's 12, it's past 12 already. Make I kukuma stay house, right? But my husband was like, let's just go, even if it's 2 o'clock. Let's go. Let them not send us home. His faith was unshaking, it was unwavering. But my own already, I don't get my again. So, like I was saying, my husband was not even bothered. Like, it was like, because of me, I already started crying. No need again now. I yanked off my wig. My bone straight was already on the bed. I yanked it off. I was like, what's this? All this dressing, all this prayer. I was just crying. So there's no point going again. I was like, what I said, calm down. Because I can't be very anxious. Say, calm down. It's okay. Let's just go. It's already past, it's almost 1 o'clock or past 1. What are we going there to? Even if they don't close, like, they're not even accepting people again. He said, let's just go. Even if they don't allow, let's go and let it be that they sent us back home. Okay? And I said, okay. I just used my tissue, just damp the whole tears while I don't cry, spoil my makeup. I just damp. And we entered Uber, went to print it. Then from there, when I entered Uber back to the embassy. As immediately we got there, they already closed. The security people said, nobody else enter. We were like, please, we've been here before. Look at what happened. We begged them. They were like, in fact, the lady that admits people don't come up for seats. They don't finish. It's just the last people who don't enter already. Like, I think they had only 3 or 4 people or 5 people inside already with the consular. So they have closed. They're no longer admitting people. Like, the person has closed her laptop. She was not sitting there again. The security was like, even if I will allow you people in, they're not going to attend to. I asked, please, just allow us in first. He said, okay. Normally, the security doesn't have any business allowing us in because it was already time up. So they allowed us in. We got there. The lady already left. I don't know what she now started coming back. She was already sitting on another side, like she's closed for the day. Immediately we came, she was now walking out. I was like, sis, we now begged her. She said, sorry, she cannot do anything, that they've already closed the laptop. I said, he said she cannot do anything, that is already too late. We said, please, I won't start to cry again. Please, like the stress we have gone through today. She was like, okay, let her try. She went back, opened her laptop. Who are you? When you're working with God, they will break protocols on your behalf. She went back there, opened her laptop again, logged in back. Now she's like, she needs to call the consular inside to know if they can. Because if she admits me here, she might lose her job because they are done. The time is up. Now she has to call consular. Let's now ask consular if she can admit us, allow us to come and now cross the whole security check. Say if she calls the consular, if the consular accepts and says let us in, then she can only now log us into the computer. We now say, oh yeah, call consular. She called the consular, pick. Now, after a while, she now called the consular again. She called like twice, then they now finally picked. And she was like, I have this couple here, this, that they've been here before, but they did not get their papers and the documents right, so they had to go back and come, all those good stuff. I was like, how many? He said just a couple. So I let them in. This lady now signed us in. I will not start going to the security. I told myself, see, anything will make these people, I know this is what the devil is fighting, anything will make these people let us into this embassy and meet that consular. We don't get a visa. That was where we kept, because I know that it was obvious the devil was just fighting us getting into that place. So the whole idea is to hinder us from going there, because he knows that when we go there, we go get this paper, we go get this visa. So we went through the security check. I was just like, at that point I was like, even if they deny us this visa, God don't do enough. Because who they do this kind, who does this? Like, how would they, because of you, go up on laptop and start work again, start calling consular will now say, let them in. Okay, long story short, we now finally got through the went through the whole security check. Then only for them now to come and log us in, and like for us to go and do fingerprinting in someone we've already entered the consular's office, but you have to go to one side to do your fingerprinting, then you come and sit and wait for your interview. When we now went there to do fingerprints, guess what? The lady got the papers. We gave her our DS-160. She checked it. Now, because you know, say that time when laptop crashed, when it came up again, we had to start filling that form all over again. Oh, let's not forget that part. So we were rushing. I don't know how we filled that form. That my husband's form. It was my details, my name, date of birth, and my husband's picture. It was my husband's picture. In fact, with our phone, we use phone to snap the picture. Picture that you're supposed to go to a studio. There's a dimension. We use phone and we uploaded it and it went through. Hey God. But it was the forms that when that thing came back, we were thinking that the thing automatically put up my details. But we didn't check. We just not only the service number, that was the only correct thing. But every other thing was my details, but my husband's picture. So when we gave it to the lady, was look for the fingerprint. We look at the two names, both my name, and he was like, "There's a mistake here. The two names are same, but with different picture. When did you fill this form?" I said, "We just filled it now." He said, "You made a mistake. You're putting everything is your husband's details, but everything is your details. Both of them. It's just your husband's picture that is the only thing." Hey, we started begging the woman. I said, "Please, it's just we're doing it in a hurry." She said, "Okay, no problem. Let her fill it for us." Who did do that one? She now had to log in and go and start filling that form for us, editing it for us. The woman had to edit the form. After editing it, she now printed a new one and now told us, "I go and do fingerprints and wait for your interview." Hey, and when I sat down in that interview, I was praying. I said, "God," there was this woman that was giving people. I was like, "God, oh, I beg, oh, I want you to that black." There was this black American lady. She was like, the two people that went through her came out smiling. So I'm like, "God, please, there's this guy and one other guy that was giving people yellow slip anyhow. Sorry, pink slip, because when you come out with pink slip, it means denied, but yellow slip means approved, right?" So I was like, "God, I beg, yellow slip. So we sat there. The guy was now rushing. In fact, we were the last people to be interviewed. So the last person, the second to last person was with that guy. In fact, the two people was one here. So we're the one with. I was like, "God, I beg, make this one finish quick." The black American lady who can quickly go, because she looks more relatable, like she was, you know. But that guy that interviewed us, maybe he saw us, he started rushing the person that he was interviewing because he wanted to interview us. So like, God, this one, let's say, don't look our face. You won't really deny us this visa, especially for coming late. So he was just rushed. I was like, God. Immediately he just rushed off with the person. In fact, the person that before us, he denied, gave the person pink slip and said, come. He now called us, come. Hey. I said, okay. I was just smiling. I said, hi, how are you doing? I'm fine. Your passport, please. Give the passport. Okay. Oh, you can say your papers, your service number, your service receipts and whatever. We just took it. He just looked at, oh, you want to go and study in the United States? Wow, you want to be a teacher? Okay. That was it. Like, there was no question. There's nothing like, merely, in fact, the one thing that shook me was this. She was like, he was just looking through it. So like, well, the first, oh, you're going to study in the, I said, yes. He said, okay, who is sponsoring you? I'm going to give you the visa either way. I was like, huh? That was the first thing he said. He said, I'm going to approve your visas either way. Like, he was not looking, I was just looking. I said, I'm going to approve your visas either way. Okay, who wants to go? You're the one that wants to go. Both of you are going. Oh, really? Do you have your what of your, then remember, my husband's passport was already expiring. He had 2 months. And normally, if you don't have up to 6 months expiration and validity in your passport, don't bother going. They wrote it in their site, 6 months, but almost 2 months. We still get coconut head. We carry and go there. Immediately he looked at it. He was like, I'm going to approve your visa. There was no question. Like, oh, you want to study? He was just smiling. Because we don't smile since. I'm going to approve it either way. Because he looked at, when he was now filling up everything, he now looked at my husband's passport. He was like, oh my God, there's a problem. Your husband's passport is just 2 months. We now said, yes, we've already applied in our embassy. We even brought a letter from our embassy showing that we've applied and everything is just waiting for them to send it. He said, it's okay, your visa is already approved. Now, I'm going to apply for an exemption for you, for your husband, so we can see if we can stamp his visa on this passport. So it was no longer a case of they want approved visa or not. Say that it has been approved, but he's going to apply for an exemption to see if normally they cannot stamp visa on a 2 months less than 6 months valid passport. But he's going to apply for exemption so they can see if they will stamp that visa on top of that passport. But it is approved already online. He has approved our visa. But my own is going to come out tomorrow. But my husband might take a little time because he was there he was not applying for exemption for my husband, for as not to who we be. Unto who? God is faithful. At the end of the day, he did everything, applied for the whole exemption, this one, and collected our passports. I say, gave us yellow slip. Congratulations. Hey, Pastor Jerry will say, how would you shout? I wanted to shout in there, but I told my husband, let's go quick. I don't want this man to change his mind. To now say, no, come back. And they said, I said, just be going. I was just, one person said, hold yourself. I said, I'm holding, I'm trying. Then we went out. But I said, calm down, don't shout. Then let us book Uber. We now booked our Uber. And wait for. Immediately I entered the Uber. I was like, how would you shout? We shouted like, God is good. There was no question. There was no, why do you want to study? Which school are you going to? Yeah, this one. There was no question. It was just, the only thing he said to us was, your passport, give us your passport. I would approve it. It was more like a spirit was saying, approve that. He said, I will approve your visa either way. So all the documents, I was even proof of fund, blah, blah, blah. He did not check anything. Even marriage certificate will carry. Oh, people married? Yes. We wanted to bring. Say, no, don't worry. I will approve your visa. He said it like 5-6 times. That was how the interview, like, it happened. We come home. That day, towards evening time, I got my own passport. My husband's own came in the next day. Was it same day actually? But my own came out first. Then my husband was like, maybe they have changed their mind though. After like 2 hours or 3 hours, he now got a message in his phone that, oh, his passport is ready. We went and collected our passport. So this is my story. So what is the moral lesson of this story now? I'm trying to share this story to encourage someone. If you're still doubting God, if you don't know the power of prayer, if you don't know the power you possess as a child of God, and you see that NSPPD altar, don't sleep on it, because that altar is where we got our victory from. we prayed on that altar, and every declaration that the man of God made was honored by God. He said they are going to break protocols, and protocols were scattered. It was not broke, it was shattered on our behalf, because they shattered all the protocols from we even entering, from like every protocol was in fact dismantled, it was dissolved because of us. Do not lose faith in God. As you're preparing for your interview, as you're preparing your documents, watching YouTube videos, watching all these things, have you made that time to prepare spiritual? Have you gone to speak to your father? Have you gone to settle with God? Tell him how you want it to happen. Like I was praying with my twin, she was like, nothing, see, it's not going to be an interview, no question, it's going to be a conversation, because God has already, in fact, it happened exactly in the order in which we asked God within that 10 days of fasting. So please, and during that period we were actually fasting. NSPPD was fasting too, so we joined. In fact, it just happened that our fasting, they were doing everything together. So this is my own interview experience. Like I told you in this video, I'm going to share with you how I lost my job prior to the time, but now I understood that God already knew that I was leaving Qatar either way. So he needed me to have time to seek his face, like prepare, because even that fasting I was doing, if I was in school, if I was still working, maybe you're fasting and you go to, somebody will now offend you, you will now be angry, or things can happen and make you like say the wrong things. But I had time to pray, read my Bible, fast. Like I prepared spiritually. So moral lesson, in as much as you're preparing for the physical, getting nice outfits and everything, watching videos, researching, take out time to prepare spiritually. Settle it with God. If you want to sow seed, sow seed. If you want to do service, like act of service, do act of service. Whatever you can do for God, do it, and know that God will reward. He's a rewarder of those that diligently. So if you don't seek him, there's nothing to reward. He said he's a rewarder of those that diligently seek him, and he rewarded us. It was after all the stress. In fact, our car, that's when the next day we carry when we carry the car to the place, like nothing is wrong with the car. The next day, we still carry our car and go where we won't go. We drove that car till we were about to leave, and we sold that car. Car will just decide to break, or you pour out of nowhere during winter. Okay, so this video is already too long, that I didn't expect it to be this long, but then I hope you're encouraged. I hope you've seen life from, like I said, life is spiritual. It's more spiritual than physical. So whatever you're doing and you're not spiritually alert, the devil will use you and do puppy. So in as much as you're preparing the physical, prepare the spiritual also. Okay? Thank you all for watching. I hope this story has inspired you to seek God more. It has inspired you to know the powers of the wonders of God. So digest this video, and to all of you that are preparing for their interview, whether visit or immigrant interview or F1 student interview, whatever, US interview, I wish you all the success, and I pray that God will go with you. It's going to be seamless. It's going to be a wonder. Like God will break protocols on your behalf. Congratulations. I can't wait to hear your testimonies in my comment section when you apply this our method and it works for you. Just come back to our comment section and make that testimony, share it so others will be inspired. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you in our next video. Till then, don't forget to like, share, comment, do all those good stuff. Okay, bye. Sign out.